Alright, it's time to punch some stitch holes and bevel the edges on this thing. Now, I've already done this side. You can see where the stitch holes are, right along the edge and down through here. And I've already beveled the edges. Now, we want to do that kind of thing on this side. Now, when I punch stitch holes, I check my spacing. What I mean is I start out by just marking them. I use my stitching chisels. I got a 2-holer and a 4-holer, and I find that that is really all I need, is just these two. So anyway, I just mark them by just going along my stitch line and just pressing it at these little divots. And from those, I can determine whether or not I'll have to fudge the spacing a little bit to get it just right. On this side, sometimes it happens. It came out perfect. The spacing came out absolutely perfect on both parts. It doesn't happen often, but it's sure nice when it does. So anyway, I'm going to keep doing this, and we'll come back. I can see by doing it that way that the stitch lines come up just a bit short. There you go, just a bit short here on both of these. So I am going to have to fudge it a little bit. And how I do that is when I punch the stitch hole. When I go to punch the next one, I move it just to the outside of the hole that I just punched. Like, instead of going down the center of it, I go just a hair off to the side. Like I don't know, maybe a fraction of a millimeter or so. But over the line, that will eventually get me to meet up with where I need to be. And it will never, you'll never notice it. When you look at the finished product, you'll never notice that I had to fudge it a little bit to get it to come out even. Now the thing is, when it came out like on this one, it came out just right. I can just go up my 4-holer and go boom, 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 done. And anywhere where it's straight, I can just use a 4-holer. But doing it this way, I basically have to punch one hole at a time until I get it to come out even. It's tedious, it takes a bit longer, but you know, it's worth it in the long run because it looks better. You know, you don't have like even spacing, and then all of a sudden at the end you got a short little space. It looks even. All right, I'll keep this up, and when we get back, we'll go ahead and bevel this thing, bevel the edges on this thing. It has all of our stitch holes punched, and I'll probably show these to you. Like I said, I just use these little stitching chisels, 3mm spacing. That's pretty much how I do all my stitching. Here's the other one. And they come out like that once it's all stitched. And I think that looks pretty good. Pretty good. The only thing I have that I'm against is drilling stitch holes. I feel that leaves a less than satisfactory result. Looks very amateurish. Anyway, now I'm going to go ahead and use my stitch beveler. Stitch beveler. Where did I get that word from? My edge beveler. And, well, bevel my edges. Stitch beveler. You know, I never even heard of such a thing. And after I'm done with the beveling of the edges, I'm going to go ahead and touch them up with some black dye, and then we'll get some stitches in this thing. And there's that edge beveled. Just got to do the other side. And we'll see y'all next time.